How did a show about two gay hockey players almost make me re-download my dating apps? How is this possible? And I'm not the only one who is just obsessed with the show, but also the desire to just want what they have. Heated Rivalry. This show, this story has bewitched many of us, mind, body, and soul. But it's also made us believe in love again somehow, which is just crazy. I personally have not seriously thought about romantic love in quite some time. It's probably been about 6 years since I've given dating a serious effort. Sometimes I think I had given up on the idea of it, for me, kind of entirely. Not to sound super jaded and doom and gloom, but I was kind of like, I don't think that's going to happen for me. And I was okay with it. But anyone who knows me knows I love love. I love reading it. I love watching it. I love celebrating it. I'm a true romantic deep down. I watch reality TV shows about love. Love is Blind and Love Island. Bridgerton, of course. But Heated Rivalry, I don't know what it is. And I'm not new to queer love stories at all. I will say that they do it better. And there's a lot to go into that. But it is just, Heated Rivalry in particular, just has done something to my very brain chemistry on a molecular level. I haven't felt so overcome by a piece of media probably since I was like 16 and read Twilight for the first time. It's almost to that level of fangirling and excitement and, dare I say, obsession. And while Twilight is about vampires and is so unrealistic and has so many problems now looking back at it as an adult, there's something about Heated Rivalry that is just almost hard to explain, which I'm going to do. I'm going to try to explain why I love it so much and why it makes me want that. Heated Rivalry came out, the book, the series, years ago, but the show aired in the end of 2025. Probably the only good thing that happened, one of the few good things that happened in 2025. It left me and many of its audiences just on a high, just felt so good to have gone to the cottage with the two of them, all of it, just seeing their story. But I'm going to try to break it down. I will say there's something so fantastical about Heated Rivalry that also feels so true and so authentic that you can't help but just like lean into it. But then after writing that high of Heated Rivalry, which I did, and still very much riding the high with fan edits and fan art and the soundtrack and fan fiction and reading the entire Game Changer series. But then, we come into the new year and you're watching the latest season of Bridgerton while simultaneously watching Love is Blind. And I couldn't help but seek refuge, safety, back in Shane and Ilya's story. I kept going back and rewatching. It was better. Watching the male lead in Bridgerton ask his love interest, Sophie, if she would be his mistress. And then also following up with Love is Blind, you have men who are just not what you read in books. One of the contestants on Love is Blind commenting on their fiance not having a Pilates body. And with the current political climate, Heated Rivalry is a fantastical escape from reality, especially when it comes to, sadly, anyone who dates men. And I'm definitely coming from more of a heteronormative perspective. But yeah, lately men are, they're not doing great. They are buying into manosphere ideology. They are emotionally inept, and they are voting against the rights of women and minorities and the LGBT plus community. And so it's like, yeah, what am I supposed to do with that? Reality kind of sucks. And yet, watching a show about romance, and romance alone, because let's be honest, there's very little hockey in Heated Rivalry. There's no extra real subplots. Yes, There's subplots that have to do with obviously character development, but not all the random stuff that you see in shows that are supposed to be romantic. You're genuinely focused on their love story. Like, for example, Grey's Anatomy is considered a romance drama, but I mean, we're getting medical cases and surgeries every episode. Like, it's you get the other stuff in it. So it's nice to find a show that was just focused on the romance. It was refreshing. The yearning, the desire, the fear, and we got to feel all of it. We really get to see two characters who are very different from each other fall in love. First with their wants, and then kind of their needs second, realizing that they need one another, which is just kind of beautiful to witness. Getting into the characters a bit, I'm sure if you clicked on this, you know Heated Rivalry probably, but if you don't, Shane is from a loving family. He's reserved, he's driven, he's particular. And then you have Ilya, who has a darker past, who is outgoing, ambitious, and impulsive. And as a woman, I could see myself in both of them. I'm both kind of shy and reserved and particular like Shane, but deeply sad and impulsive like Ilya. And I think many times when I'm watching, like hetero romances or reading about it, as a woman, I can't help but I think compare myself to the female character, or not even compare, but like align myself to that character, because I think it feels natural to. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like natural to be drawn to that character, because you're like, oh, okay, that's our shared similarity super quickly, is that we're both women. But I find myself often, not always, but I do find myself often like annoyed or frustrated if she's written maybe too stereotypically, or the tropes are too predictable or repetitive, things that we've seen before. A damsel in distress, or the girl who's I'm not like other girls trope. I don't like that either. And so those are sometimes hard to connect with. And I'm not saying that I don't love female characters. That would be awful to say. Speaking of Bridgerton, I love Kate Sharma in season 2 of Bridgerton. She's an older sister who's like, I'm a spinster and I'm cool with it, and love hits her when she least expects it, despite, yes, hurting her little sister. But I have a little sister, like, she's gonna be fine. I think that's why also it was able to maybe dive a little deeper into those two characters. I think also being someone who doesn't usually see someone that looks like them falling in love in media, you kind of can't help but go and look at the female character and go, oh, maybe I could have that, or I would have that if I looked or was more like her. I'm trying to tap into what I think is happening. Especially when I was younger, I think I couldn't help but look at that female character and be like, oh, maybe if I looked like her, I could find love. I'm to this, I'm to that, and that's why. And maybe that could be it, why I love this story, Heated Rivalry, so much, and the show so much. They're completely themselves. They have their flaws, they have their quirks, their parts of them that makes them them, and they still they can be vulnerable with each other and be themselves, their truest self. And I think that's what we all want in the end, is someone who remembers that you like ginger ale and stocks the fridge with it. Yeah. I think I also have to give credit also to the showmakers as well. A lot of choices made that I think made it better. The fact that, now Connor Story and Hudson Williams are very known, but they were relatively unknown, which helps you dive into the plot a lot easier than if you're looking at a character or an actor who you're too familiar with, which was really nice. I think in the end, and I brought up Love is Blind at the beginning because I just feel like reality is really bleak when it comes to dating and finding someone who lets you be you, but I don't know. I will say the show gave me a resurgence of hope. And I'll say anything that can give me hope right now, it has been really sweet. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Please share below if you've watched Heated Rivalry, or if you're a fan, or if you get what I'm saying at all, or if there's a show that has done that for you, or a piece of media, or even music, just anything. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Like it if you liked it, thumbs up it, subscribe, but I will see you in the next one. Okay.